Alright, we're getting some more wood. There's the pile. It's really sunny. There's big glare, so I don't know how much you can see. But other guys working down there, so we had to park a bit far back to let cars pass. But yeah, basically that's what we're working on. And since yesterday's video, we got a demand for 2 cords delivered Monday morning and possibly 3 more delivered tomorrow morning. So we're gonna load this up. Battery's low. I know, not a lot of action. Boring, but we'll talk to you guys in a bit. So I just delivered some wood and we're about to go pick up the dead tree. So 2 cords, trailer, more stuff in the back. I got Oliver. Yeah, I'm not making a crazy video. This is just to show you what I did. So we're on our way home, and we're worried the roads are going to be really bad. It's kind of uphill to get here, but it was good. So we're going to go meet Mark, and then we'll take away some giant tree that was cut down, but no one's ever taken it away. So we got like the city's permission to go in all official like and salvage it. It's massive. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, here we are, pillaging firewood, artisanal wood. So we're gonna cut it up and grab it. We're getting the big stuff today though, the nice stuff, the big mamu. What's up guys? Merry Christmas. So, I've got time to talk now. Bucking some logs. So there's a tree that was cracked at a cemetery, and our friend who works for the city told us about it, and the company that took care of it, they just took care of the top part of it, the part that was a danger of hitting the house next to it, or damaging gravestones or power lines or anything like that. So there's still like a 30-foot stump up there, and this is all that was taken down, and they had to contract it out at the last minute right before winter, and the company stopped it there. So they chipped the branches, but they left all the logs, and it's they belong to whoever wants to come take them. So we got them for us. So these are poplar logs, so they're not the walnut that we had before, but we're gonna go grab the rest of the walnut, and we're going later on. It's Christmas, so we're gonna go on our way to Christmas dinner. And basically this is from a couple of days ago, and we went back the day after, and we have a 3-day window, including today and tomorrow being Boxing Day, to take care of everything, so that's how it is. So that's what we're doing. And this wood, unfortunately, we can't do anything with it right now unless someone wants to buy it as is, which is why we're cutting it up pretty much as big as we can and still manage it. So we have some like some crotches and stuff like that we cut up and kept big, and like that table that I showed you guys before, that artisanal table, that was made of walnut, and all the wood that we got before was walnut. Now we split a lot of it, but even that, like we've got maybe 3 face cords of it, and if I charge $120 for face cord of regular dry wood, well, the split walnut, I can sell it for $160 or even $180 a face cord, because the wood is so hard and it's so heavy. And yeah, it takes more work, and it's better wood, it burns for longer. So that's it. It takes more. And it's funny because on this particular job, a potential customer, and he took our card and everything like that, but then he started bragging about how he orders 11 cords of firewood a year, and how he pays some ridiculously low price and he orders them in the summer, but the company's not in business anymore. So we told him how much we charge, and we don't charge a lot. Like, we were charging $120 a cord until Christmas, and plus $20 delivery, and it's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. But in the time being, like when you're learning and stuff like that, it's okay, it'll get you by. So now we raised our prices, and it's Christmas today, so prices are going up. All the big companies are government regulated, so they're only allowed to sell a certain amount every year. And that it's like the Fair Share Act or the Fair Share Law, and Atlas shrugged. Read this book, guys. It's all happening now. It's all happened already. And anyway, where was I? So yeah, because it's so heavily regulated, every company has a cap. So it comes to the black market guys like me, and we're the only guys that have firewood. So this guy, what he didn't understand was that the free market dictates the price of wood. And in the summer, when everyone has it, and especially if he pays in advance like he said he did, and then you could give a slightly better deal, because it's easy conditions, and also you paid up front, so that helps incur and reduce a lot of operating costs. So let's say I wanted to get a bigger vehicle. Sorry, I'm sniffing. I got a fucking cold. But let's say I wanted to get a bigger vehicle, which I do, with a huge dumping bed in back, in which I could put more wood than my trailer. Let's say I could put 5 times as much wood. That would be, 5 times the trips that I would save. And also, my truck and trailer are really overburdened. Like, they're always overburdened, and, I need something bigger. So let's say I had a customer like that. Let's say I had 10, 20, 30 customers like that all paid up front. And they all paid up front right now for a bunch of firewood to be delivered to their house in the summer, pretty much at my convenience. Like he was bluffing that he did. Then, yeah, sure, then I could give a good deal. Because collecting, let's say, from 10 customers for 10 cords of wood, that's, or 20 customers or 30 customers, that could be $30,000 right there that you collect cash. And, there's, fuck, I'm shooting low with this, but there's, if you're working as a wage slave for like fucking $20 an hour, even, there's your fucking yearly income. So combined with, your primary income, let's say hours of, running a tree service, it's pretty good. So, there's a lot of money to be made in just selling firewood. You got to be patient though, and the equipment, it's a nice goal. But again, we started getting into that, and this guy told me that our prices were too high, and I said no, they're not. And he says, well, do you have a dumping trailer? And I said no. And he said, well, that's why. I said, why? And he said, well, because it takes too long to unload it by hand. I said, dude, man, it takes me 5 minutes to unload it by hand. And if I had a dumping trailer, I would still charge you a lot. I'd still charge you a high price. And my goal is not to compete with the largest company in the world. There's two of us. We do a good job, and we're very selective, and we're meticulous, so you pay for that. If you just want like bulk rates, and go somewhere else. And the other thing, and here's the key, if you really need firewood, you're going to pay my price, because all the companies are out now, and winter just started 4 days ago. So that's the reality of it. So tell me my prices are high now. Tell me $120 a cord plus $20 delivery is high, and that's nothing, because those are the old prices, and that's for wood that's been dry for a year. But yeah, now, and we had like an Indian summer, I guess, and we had some cold spells, but now it's really it's kind of warm now, and the snow melted the past couple of days. So people are smug and everything like that, but look, all the companies have no more wood left. Even the private vendors, they didn't do what I did, so they're not selling wood, but I am. And when it gets really cold, and we're supposed to have an even harsher winter than usual in Quebec this season, with even more snow, and even if that's not the case, even if it's just a regular winter, when it gets cold and people realize that firewood is unavailable, then they'll pay whatever price I want. And it's going to have to be like that. I'm going to have to, because I'm going to have too much demand for the little wood that I have left, and it's going to be very precious. And someone's going to offer me 120 a cord, and someone's going to offer me 140 a cord, and someone's going to offer me 200 a cord, and someone's going to offer me 300 a cord. So why would I sell it for 120? And I need to survive too. Like I made some money this weekend, but it's all going towards stuff. It's all going towards hydroelectricity, internet, rent, gas for my truck, gas for the chainsaws. I need fuel additive for the chainsaws, oil, shit like that. But it adds up, and like it sucks, But whatever, man. Like you just fucking stick with it, and people don't understand. people close to me don't understand. That's why I don't have people, or people that would be close to me. But that's why I don't have people close to me, really. Because, you know, they have their lives, and I have mine. But mine is in constant flux. And, you know, I don't expect other people to either understand that or to, you know, want to live like that. And, you know, the reality is they don't live like that. So that's why, you know, can't really, or don't really spend time with most people. Because this is what I'm doing, you know, and even this wood here that I'm cutting, like, unless someone buys a big chunk of it right now, like, I can't really do anything with it for at least a year. And I'm spending a lot of money and I'm spending a lot of time just to bring it to my house. But the thing is, this is a golden opportunity. And it was just handed to me. So I have to take it. Especially when there aren't any other opportunities. And, you know, I got a demand for some slices of wood. But I don't even have pictures of my inventory yet. And I have a pretty big inventory. So the lady she was not ready to pay the price that I was asking. But that's fine. I didn't even have an ad for it yet. So, again, I made an ad. Still not even for that. I just made an ad for firewood, but on another platform. And I already sold a couple of cords on that. So, it's a pretty good feeling to be hustling. So there's a way out. So, you know, it would be nice to better equip myself. That's the other thing too, you know, like now it's even more precarious because, yeah, sure, I made some money, but, you know, I have to reinvest it because, you know, I still didn't even get winter tires yet, and I need studded tires because I'm hauling around 5,000 pounds of fucking logs all the time. And my truck, it's a really good truck, but it's, I don't know, it's almost 20 years old now, and it's been under, like, tremendous strain, you know, since I started using it for tree work especially. So, again, if I really want to do this, you know, and do it in a profitable way, in a safe way, wherein I won't die, then I'm gonna have to, you know, keep my gear in at peak operating levels, right? So I'm not gonna, you know, right now, it's one thing if I wait until the roads are dry on a nice day and I schedule my drop-offs then, you know. But if there's a little bit of snow, if there's some water, if I put the brakes on, I'm fucked, man. And same thing with my trailer. If I respect the limits of it, like, it's cool. But unfortunately, like, for firewood, what I'm learning is that, like, the limits of my trailer, even though they're pretty high, like, a lot of the wood that I have is super heavy. Like the walnut that I was talking about, for instance, it's really, really, really dense and heavy. So even though it doesn't take up a lot of volume, like, the trailer is under tremendous strain, and so is my truck. And I keep breaking the shackles on them and welding them back. Yeah, they're holding up for now, but that's just part of it. And they keep breaking and shit. And the tires on that thing, like, man, two of them are bald, and cracked. I don't even know how they're still running. But that's just, you know, it's like a problem for another day, right? And then there's my tooth. And this is all stuff that happens. And, you know, when a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people are going to treat you and try to convince you that, like, you have to be doing well all the time. Like, no matter what. And, like, how can that be? You know, and I'm not being, like, a doomer or nothing like that. Like, on the contrary. Like, you have to be an optimist to be able to do this shit. You have to be able to at least imagine, like, yourself succeeding. You know, and you know, this is not for the pessimist. Like I said, I'm going to talk about a lot of the bad because it's important. It's important to see all the things that you have to go through in order to achieve success or the possibility of success. And it's not all puppies and sunshine. And something called the survivorship bias, which means basically that people analyze patterns of successful people, but they only analyze certain things that they do, that they have in common, and they don't analyze all the patterns of unsuccessful people. Or if they do, you know, again, they polarize and analyze just the extremes. And then, so for instance, if successful people get up early and brush their teeth every day, and let's say don't give up, and, you know, never take no for an answer, there are still unsuccessful people that did all those things, but they failed for other reasons. So, you can't assume that just because you're going to follow certain parameters that you're guaranteed to succeed. Because it could be luck, and people could attribute success, let's say, to looks or something like that. And yeah, okay, to some degree that's true, but there are many, many, many other factors that go into it. And no, it's not only enough. See, like, I'm not too worried about this, but I think it's a fascinating phenomenon because I see it in everyday life a lot, and I'm on kind of the receiving end because even though I'm not failing, um, my the people, I guess, around me, we have conversations about this stuff and about kind of going underwater or going below zero, temporarily, but for an indeterminate period of time. Because that's what happens. You're running your business, but your head's bobbing up and down, especially at first. So again, people tend to think and they tend to tell you that if you were doing the right thing, that you would always be living comfortably, and that the way things are now is the way things are always going to be. And it's really bad to listen to that because almost one thing that almost everybody has in common, like that is successful, is that they did the work and they made all the necessary sacrifices, and there's not even such a thing as giving up. Like Colonel Sanders slept in his car at 65, and he used to tour the country and offer to cook his recipe in restaurants, and if they liked it, he would sell them a franchise. And if not, well, no harm, no foul, he'd move on to the next restaurant. That's at 65. That's the thing that nobody sees, right? They just think that, like, if I follow certain other things that Colonel Sanders does that other famous people have done, like he didn't take no for an answer, or like he dressed the part. No, it's way more than that. And I suggest you guys look up Colonel Sanders also, even just on Wikipedia. He has a very fucking colorful fucking history. This guy was a badass, to say the least. Like, yeah, like, really. I'm going to talk about him more in another video because people don't know the fucking struggle that's involved behind everything. And everything else, like your standard of living, you have the goal to have a high standard of living, through your business, but you have to accept that you can't have that now, especially while you're building your business. Everything goes into the business. Everything. Like you come after the business even. You have to keep yourself alive to run it, but like you are a tool, and you have to maintain your equipment in the finest working order that you're able to. But beyond that, like the business comes before your own comfort. You can't buy like the nice meals or the nice, like, expensive, extravagant food that you might want to buy or that you might feel like eating. You might even have to eat like less healthy things just because like they're available and free or inexpensive, because you don't know when your next meal is going to be. And your house, like, it's not going to have any creature comforts. You're not going to have 12 TVs. You're not going to have a bunch of furniture. You don't even know how long you're going to stay there because you're still building your business. So you're open to the possibility of moving again, even if you have to, even if it sucks, but moving to wherever the business is good, because you're always looking for that sweet spot. That little 5 to 10 kilometer radius of good jobs, fun jobs, not too ridiculously demanding, where the customers are all willing to pay, the price that you want. And, there are places like this. And that's why, again, at first you go all over the place, because you don't know any of this. You don't know where they are. And after hundreds of jobs, like, I'm getting an idea, but still, how do you concentrate on exclusively getting jobs in your sweet spot? You might not have the luxury of being super selective with your customers. I know that since I reinvested, especially my second year in my business, like, it became a lot harder, especially at first, to get the prices that I wanted to. Because there are two types of customers, essentially. There's a type that are willing to pay for professional, and there's the other type that just want to pay the cheapest price possible. Man, they don't give a fuck as long as it gets done. You just need a chainsaw, right? Like, how hard could it be? So those are the types I was getting at first, and I did every job, and I undercut everybody else, and I never said no. But then I learned, my own worth, or I started to anyway, and I realized I didn't want to do that shit anymore. because you put your life on the line and you fucking sacrifice your health, and also you're not getting paid enough. And I've been stiffed before and tricked before and stuff like that. It happens less and less now. But the flip side is that, when I see it coming, I walk away prematurely. And, I don't get the money from the job that I turned down. But it would have been way too much work for way too little. And yeah, you get to keep your dignity that way too. And I'd rather starve than like fucking live life on my knees like that. But, this year at least, I managed, I still didn't get the customers that I wanted all the time, but I became closer. And last year we had a really hard time getting people to pay over $500 for any size job. And then, we thought if we could get $500, it was good. So this year, we got over $1,000 like in a day, like several times. And we got potential of, $2,000 jobs that would have taken a day that we turned down because it was actually like a $4,000 or $5,000 job. Sometimes we even got to the job site and we looked at the stuff and we told the customer that we can't do it for the price we gave them because it was more work and it was too dark or it was raining when we did the estimate. And a lot of the time they know this and they pressure you into trying to give them a lower price. And we told them, we said, yeah, we're sorry, this is our new price. And we'd quoted him like we'd quoted him $2,000 for the job. And then he said he thought that 1,500 was enough, which is very insulting. I think it's enough, And yeah, I said, okay, well, for 1,500, we're going to do less. And he says, no, 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 you have my permission to do as much as you want. I said, yeah, and I want to do less for less money. Despite loving what I do, you're not going to trick me, What are you, an accountant? Do you love what you do? Okay, come do my taxes for free then for the rest of my life, and Mark's, Enjoy. Oh yeah, and I haven't done them in a couple of years, so I'm just kidding. So yeah, come do them for free then. So we told him, we gave him our new price, and our new price was still low. And he basically told us to go fuck ourselves. But whatever. Good thing we didn't do the job. Yeah. So it happens. So yeah, like we quote unquote lost a little bit of money, but no, like we have our prices for a reason, and it's not because we're greedy. It's because it costs a lot to take away everything and to operate everything. And to pay for repairs. And what if you hit a pothole in the truck and you have to get a new tire? I'm surviving right now like on a wing and a prayer. So this is just like an update. And John G, man, I read all your messages. So I can't respond to them because you delete them before I can. But hang in there. And for what it's worth, like I don't think you're meant to work for someone else. Unless it's me. But I really don't think you are, man. And I'm glad. I'm sorry I had to sell your motorcycle to fucking pay for that shit. And I don't want to say at least you learned your lesson, because that was tough, man. Like they fucking really they were nasty fuckers to do something like that, and it took like many people to orchestrate the plan. But at least you're alive, and again, if I could fucking directly help you, I would. But I can barely fucking survive myself. I don't even know if I can, but there's always a light, right? Even if you have to roll one log at a time. Even if you have to roll all of them, fuck. There's always a fucking way. So, when I know you're smart, and like think of it this way, like really good employees become entrepreneurs, and bad entrepreneurs become employees. So, at the very least, you should aspire to rise up whoever you work for. Or rise out, and start your own thing. But if you're already doing your own thing, and your dream is to work for someone else, and have like the benefits and the full package and all the insurance and the quote unquote security and safety, and have like 20 bosses, like if that's your dream, then like you're not made for this life. So, think on that. But again, if you would rather fucking hustle and struggle, then no matter what, then welcome to the 1%. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it fucking helps, man. And this is just some of the stuff that we're doing to survive. And there's going to be a part 2 coming out, most likely tomorrow. So, hope everyone has a very, very Merry Christmas. And I'll be fucking doing this shit all day, in case you're wondering. So I'm going to get some more footage. And I hope you guys all make lots and lots and lots of money. Alright, take care.